Hello everyone, welcome back to Just For You Studios. I'm Luke, and today we're going to be doing a review of Slenderman. So let me just start off with a little bit of backstory to this. So me and Marco, one of the other people that shows up on this channel like pretty regularly, we decided to watch this. Not because we wanted to, but more just out of the memes, the fact that they made a Slenderman film 6 years after it was relevant, that sort of thing. So we were expecting this to be like, so bad it's good, something like really funny. And yeah, we got a movie, I guess. Let me just say this, it's kind of funny for the first 3 reviews really on this channel by me. They range from something that's fantastic, like Mission Impossible, something that was just okay, Christopher Robin, and now we're here in absolute dumpster fire garbage. Yeah, this movie was oof. Yeah, not great. Let me start off with positives. The positives. Yeah, the positives. Actually, kind of consider there may not have been. One thing I can say is, there was one moment, kind of had like a surreal, like, imagery sort of sequence that was kind of interesting, but then again, it did just sort of feel like it was The Ring. And that's the main problem. This film is just The Ring, but bad in every single way possible. The story is, yeah, it's just boring. It's kind of, oh no, it takes people away into the woods, and here are these characters that I don't really care for and don't have much development other than like one trait they have or something like that. Actually, some of them didn't even really have much of a personality to begin with. They're just sort of characters. What are their personality? I don't know, man. Screenwriting's hard. Then there's like the dialogue in this film. Oof, there's some painful lines in here. Not only is there like an aspect of the film that tries to go into the lore and mythology of Slenderman, which the more I think about it doesn't really fit at all, like what the film tries to construct about it. And secondly, the dialogue is just garbage. Pretty garbage. One example I could think of that stuck out in my mind was a character, like you might have heard in the trailer, a character says, "It gets in your head like a virus," but then they say, "like a computer virus, not a brain virus." And my thought was, what big difference is there between a computer and brain virus? They both corrupt you in some way. There's stuff like that, just the horror is just like a scary thing that happens every once in a while to kind of drag the plot out, but doesn't have much of anything to do with the plot whatsoever. It's just, hey, here's a just out of context scary moment that doesn't have anything to do with what's going on and doesn't really progress the plot. Awesome, thank you guys for just making this seem like 2.5 hours, even though it's like 80 minutes. And it has like, okay, so I was a director of photography on The Knock, so I can kind of feel confident saying that even for a film that I feel like even at times like, oh, like that has some kind of dark lighting, it's sort of hard to see. This film, I could barely see anything for like 1/4 of the entire film. I couldn't see shit. There was a scene in broad daylight where they were under some shade, and I was like, what? I can't see. Like, I don't know who shot this film, but Jesus Christ, they had no concept of how to like light a scene apparently. But like in areas that should be like, oh okay, I can see this pretty easily, like in a hospital, there was just some moments where it's like, I can't even see their faces. What the fuck, dude? And one thing I'm gonna say also, it's not really a spoiler, it's just more how the ending felt as a whole. It just felt completely anticlimactic, like it just sort of built up to a lot of nothing. And yeah, it also just ended with like a really kind of forced ending message of, sometimes when there's a thing and a thing, you don't do that thing, something like kind of like that, where it's just like, okay, what message was it and why was it there? But honestly, the best part of the ending message was, I talked to Marco about this, is the fact that the way it was phrased, it made it sound like it was talking about memes. So this film is really an allegory for the dangers of memes. But like the main thing that just broke my back with this film is it wasn't funny. It wasn't so terribly amazing. It was boring. It was so fucking boring. Just, there's so many moments where it's just nothing happens. So much nothing is filled into this film. You might as well call it Nothing the movie, not Slenderman. Paint drying the fucking movie has more content and storyline than this does. It's just scary thing happens, person gets scared, they're like, we gotta find out about it, here's some lore every once in a while, here's people wandering in the woods for 20 minutes of nothing happening with no interesting characters, fuck all lighting, and just, yeah, it's just a nothing movie. It's a very nothing movie, and it's boring, it sucks ass, it's an anal gland of a movie. Don't watch it. My final score is a 1 out of 10. I was genuinely kind of disappointed with the Slenderman movie. How the fuck do you do that? And for my date night rating, which, you know, it can be like a date night for, like, oh, if you're going out with a girl or a guy, or with your sibling, or have, like, a friend over to go see a movie, that sort of thing, just anybody, going to see a movie with somebody, I give this one a 4 out of 10. Because honestly, like, maybe you might have the whole thing of, oh, you know, scary movie, everybody loves that, and have a good time, except it's not fucking interesting and has anything going on. But I feel like the only value you could find in this film is maybe after watching it, making fun of it and how terrible it is, and just so benign and nothing, again, just nothing of a movie it was. But that's probably the most enjoyment you could probably get out of it, at least from my perspective. Anyways, that was my review on the Slenderman movie. 6 years too late, and for a good goddamn reason. Now, tell me what you thought of this movie in the comments below. And if you're interested in more movie reviews, then stay tuned for some more coming up in the future. And thank you for having a good rest of your day, and bye.